Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video here. My name is Kam Tao from Amazonian Angelfish, and in today's video we will be going to Advanced Aquarium Systems in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're going to do a fish store walkthrough. But first, before we begin, I'm going to go ahead and collect some of the fish in that fish tank over there, and we'll head out. Alright guys, so today we will be taking some of these fish in this fish tank here to the fish store. They are just about under quarter size here, about 2 inches from head to tail fin. We're going to be taking them to Advanced Aquarium Systems, and they wanted it 30 of them. Going to trade them in for some store credit. You know, it's just a fact of life and fact of reality that not all fish that I have are sellable. And my goal is to, you know, have you guys be aware of what I have and have them be available. However, not all of the fish in here will be able to get sold within time of my breeding programs. I feel like my breeding programs are going pretty fast. In here is pretty dirty. I'm just doing a water change right now, and right now is a good time to do a water change. I like to do this. It's one of my process or step in doing water change is when there's a lot of fish in here, I put them in here and they will poop. The poop will go to the bottom of the tank. I don't feed them for a day just so that they don't like poop in the bag for transportation and have ammonia spike or whatever. So they poop in here, the poop falls down to the bottom of the tank. I vacuum it all up and I refill the water. With the new water refill, new water change, it's cleaner water within the bag. I do use the water that's directly from this tank here into the bag, and by doing that, the water is cleaner for these guys during transport, and also at the same time I'm getting rid of all of the hormones of all these fish in here so that these fish down here can grow at a normal pace for you guys. And these are the ones that I've held back for you guys. These are all of the pinoys. The price that I'm getting for doing store credit, it's not the price of what I will be getting from you guys. So definitely 100% you guys buying fish from me supports me because I'm able to charge the price that I'm asking for. However, the ones that I'm holding back will be the ones that are the nicer looking ones, which will be reflected on the price tag. And you know, the price that I'm getting these guys, it's nothing compared to, you know, what I'm asking for here. But fact of reality is these guys need to go to their home so that I can clear out this tank right here for future breeding programs so that I can have more grow outs, you know, coming into the tank here. My goal is just to clear it out. I have what I have in here already down here, you know, that those are my keepers, and these are the ones that are good and what I feel like it's not an embarrassment for me to send out to you guys. So yeah, I will give you guys a close-up shot of how these guys look like. These are all pinoys besides the one in there that is black recessive for blue. He has awesome finnage. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up this tank right here and get these guys bagged up, and we'll head out to Advanced Aquarium Systems. I've been doing this for a while now, and this is usually what I do for like my extras or my overflow. You know, you can't really keep all the fish that you breed, and even in my past videos I'll show you guys how aggressive I cull and how aggressive I go towards like just selecting really the best ones for myself and the best ones to offer to you guys here. And even so, I still have lots and lots of leftovers here, and I just want the best for them. And even though, you know, I'm doing this from a hobbyist standpoint, I want these guys to go to a good home here. I was responsible in gifting them life, and I'm also responsible to what happens to them after they leave my hands. So going to the fish store is the best option. Alright, so now they are in the bag. As you guys can see, there's some pinoys in here. There's some nice veils up in there. And there's some blues in there. And they're all very nice fish. I can kind of show you guys if they would move around. You know, they're very nice body shape and everything. There's no culls in here. And for the ones that I do send out, especially to the fish store, I don't know about other people, but people would be sending out calls to the fish store, and for me, I feel like that's not doing the community a service. So all these fish in here are the ones that are still pretty good in my standard to be put out there for sale. Alright guys, we'll be heading out with our bag of goodies here. This trip was really long for me, and usually I don't do this. I don't usually go to a fish store that is 2 hours away from my home, and that's the reason why I brought you guys along with me. This is my second time going to Advanced Aquarium Systems. Man, this place here is pretty awesome here. Alright guys, so we will be doing a fish store walkthrough. This is not a fish store tour, just a walkthrough. So pretty much what the camera catches when I first walk into the fish store here. And I met with Dave first in order to ask permission to film here. And Dave is a very nice guy, very friendly guy. And I'm very thankful that Dave allowed us to film here so that I can show you guys how his store looks like here. And with the respect of Dave, he didn't want me to show any of the pricing on here, which is fine. You know, all of his stuff on here, I have to tell you guys, it's really reasonably priced. And the pricing here is actually not as high as the other fish stores. And he has lots of great stuff going on here. And yeah, so we're gonna continue going on with the fish walkthrough here. He has lots of driftwood he just ordered laying everywhere. And in here, this is a discus tank that he has with lots of many colorful discus going on here. I'm not a discus nerd or a discus enthusiast, so I don't really know my discus. We're gonna continue going on with the walkthrough here, and there's a whole bunch of fish on the bottom tank there, and over here is a whole bunch of African cichlids in a very big fish tank. I don't really know the size. And over here, this is like a row of many different smaller fish tanks, and over here as well. Over here is a collection of fluval products here, and this fish tank right here has some angelfish. You know, I'm an angelfish enthusiast, so I'm just gonna take a look at the angelfish here real quick. You know, they're nice and decent, and yeah, that's how they look like. And we're gonna continue going on with the walkthrough here. This is some more African tanks along with South Central American cichlids here, and yeah, that's how they look like. Going on here, we're gonna go around at the corner here. I just want to avoid some of the customers that was there. And these are the very ancient tank. And over here is, I don't know what that fish was, but that fish is huge. We're enthusiastically greeted by this very cute stingray right here. We're gonna take a look at this tank over here. And in here there are a couple rainbow fish. I'm not a rainbow fish expert. All I know is that these guys are a good size and they're starting to color up. We're gonna take a look at over here. This is their trio rack system that has the metal frames. These are very ancient tanks. And we're just gonna zoom in on one of the tanks here. This is a flower horn, a good size too. And they got the egg crate dividing the tank, just like how I divide my tanks. And over here are some more of a random zoom in of seeing what kind of inhabitants live in here. There's the pleco in there, and there's a whole bunch of nano fish. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this tank over here. This is a fish tank that has a lot of angelfish. Specifically, these are the true ultims, and I believe these are the wild caught. They got a Bulgarian up in there, a couple Bulgarian greens, actually Bulgarian seal point. But yeah, the ultims are looking pretty good, and none of them seems to be like they're hurting or anything like that. They're doing pretty well in here, thriving and surviving. Maybe one day I'll get the ultims, but for now I'll just stick with the scalaire. And they got a whole more fish tank over here. This one is a beta sorority tank. A whole bunch of females up in here. That's some pretty good looking colors. And we're gonna zoom out. There's a couple customers on the other side that I was trying to avoid. But yeah, we're gonna zoom into this tank here. A whole bunch of cardinals. These are good sized cardinals too. I'm assuming these are wild caughts as well. And these are the domestic severums. Definitely domestic. and a good looking pleco over there as well. And let's see what's in here. They got some parrot cichlids here, looking kind of like mines, you know, the King Kong parrots. And up here, I don't know what those are, but those are the Angelfish. These are more like the display tanks with like the plants and everything. But yeah, really nice color on that fish right there. And then, guys, this is what I was here for. These fish are really skittish. And on the other side, the customers are gone now, so I went through and pan around here. And we are back to the front here, guys, with a whole bunch of driftwood that's not shelved yet. And yeah, so the owner was very friendly to allow me to video him capturing my fish for me to bring home. And here we go, back to home, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Alright guys, so we are back home, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy in here with a female in here, and I'm gonna take out the guy that is originally in here because I have too much of his babies already. I got fish tanks full of them here, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with the next step here. I do know for sure that he is the same bloodline, surprisingly, bloodlines of Steve Biggie from Angels Plus. And you know, he has a better, higher coverage of red on his body. I'll show you guys once I release him, but first I'm gonna go ahead and remove the male here, just in case something comes along with the fish. I don't lose this fish right here just because I am completely out of space. Not saying that anything else will come with the fish, but you know, just in case. Alright, so I got the fish in the nets here. I'm gonna go ahead and plop him right in here. There you go. Did that one-handed. Hopefully he's doing okay. But yeah, that is how he looks like. Look at that, guys. Bloodline from Angels Plus. Story goes that the person who brought it in ordered a bunch of angels from Angels Plus, and these are the grade A ones, and he had a pair and he traded in for store credits, and Advanced Aquarium Systems posted up, and I saw them, and here he is in my fish tank. He does look way smaller than the female, so definitely it will take some time for him to mature. And here I got some snails, just doing some snail things. And it's surprising how they would eat off the surface of the tank there, and they will form a cup. And yeah, that stuck onto my hand. Alright guys, so I was vacuuming Fireman's fish tank right here, and I noticed that there's some little particles going on in this suction vacuum right here. And when I let go of the vacuum, the particle falls down. What I noticed here is bone shards, and similar to the goldfish, I think these are his teeth. So yeah, he's maturing and his baby teeth are they're going out. It's kind of weird. You can definitely see like the part that was attached to his where it was attached to his mouth. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and have a closer examination of these. So these are the teeth that I have extracted from the aquarium there, and I just want to show you guys the teeth that this fish has here. It's so crazy. Like, this is the top part right here, and this part over here is the bottom part, where it goes and it attaches to the mouth or the jaws. But yeah, it's really crazy how fish actually lose teeth. They actually grow baby teeth like this, and they actually like lose the baby teeth. And there's like the molars over here, which is kind of neat, you know. And then there's like more over here. It's pretty awesome to see teeth in action like this, and I never would imagine myself ever experiencing teeth. This one's kind of decaying a little bit. This is probably one of the first one that came out or something. But man, that fish definitely is growing and losing these teeth right here. So it's just neat. I just wanted to show you guys like what I found in my aquarium here. Never in my life I would expect myself to find teeth that looks like this in my aquarium. I mean, I've seen it in goldfish aquariums in my mother-in-law's tank, but never with other species. Alright guys, so this is what I currently have available for sale. These guys are bigger than dime size right here, and they're all looking pretty good, and they're eating flake food right now. Very hungry and healthy. So yeah, this is how they look like. If you guys like these, go ahead and message me. And in this tank right here, I have the silvers that are recessive for blue and albinos. They are about dime size right now as well, and they're eating pretty good as well. Right now they're still on the baby brine shrimp. During the time that this video comes out, they will be fully trained on eating flake food. So yeah, this is how they look like right now, and they're eating pretty well, doing pretty good, growing very fast. These are also one of the fastest growing fish that I have in the fish room here. They've outcompeted the fish over here. This is the second batch of the koi angelfish. They were, you guys can see the size difference on there. These guys over here, they were a week younger than these guys over here. And these guys over here outgrew these guys over here. As you guys can clearly see the size difference here. These guys a little bit further back. But yeah, these guys are doing pretty well. These guys are available for sale. Once they are out, they will be starting at $8 a piece. Alright guys, I just want to show you guys how the fish are looking. And this is what's after the selection of me taking them to the fish store here. And I do make these guys available for a while on my Facebook page. And once they get past quarter size, I just move them onward to the fish store here. Just mainly because, you know, people come over and people select the best ones. And once again, congratulations to Clear Box Swimmers. They did visit me this weekend, and they selected the best ones. And these are just whatever that's left over. And these guys are about a quarter size here. Some are a tad bit smaller, some are right on the dot, some are a little bit bigger. So these guys are looking pretty stunning. However, you know, matter of fact of life, not everyone would want to buy angelfish, and not all of your angelfish will be sold. So, you know, you have to have an outlet, and my outlet is to the fish store, to the local fish store, supplying the local community with the fish that I breed here. And yeah, that's how the cycle goes, you know, and continue breeding more spectacular fish for you guys in the future here. And usually for me, I only grow them out to quarter size. I usually don't grow them out anymore, just because it takes a lot of resources just to continue keeping them alive and healthy and, you know, everything. So these fish right here will be going to another local fish store, this time definitely my local fish store. These, the ones that I do send out to the fish stores, I know that these are the leftovers. However, they're not like nasty ones, or they're not like just straight up garbage, you know. They're pretty decent in their body fins and body shape. Good starter fish for any people that wanted to get into the angelfish, however, you know, that they're not aware of me yet or aware of my presence in breeding angelfish in the community. So, you know, that's how they make their way to the fish store. That's how they start getting into the hobby, and sooner or later people will discover me, and people will discover that I breed these angelfish and support me. So I truly appreciate you guys reaching out to me. You guys buying my fish truly does support me in my hobby here, and the fish store here too, you know, being able to take in my fish and, you know, pretty much taking all my extra fish here, it really does support me in breeding more fish in the future, and continue on with my breeding activities and breeding hobbies and everything. So it's a cycle. I breed the fish, select the ones I want, select the best ones for you guys to select from, and whatever that is, you know, gets big and doesn't get sold, it gets moved on forward to their next home through, you know, via the local fish store here. Alright guys, we got them all bagged up. I'm gonna go ahead and put some oxygen up in here. Alright guys, so I just want to showcase to you guys here, this is exactly what I do. It is a cycle over and over and over again, and it's not just the small fish, it's also the big fish as well. You know, the ones that looks nice and I grow them up and I'm unable to sell them. These are really the best ones that I can produce for you guys and myself as well. These are usually the ones that I grow them up, and the really good ones, and I select the best ones, the best two, to move on forward with the breedings. I really don't enjoy this part of the hobby just because I grown these fish up from smaller than the droplet of water, and selecting them, and just feeding them every single day, looking at them, and I know every single one of these by heart. And to let them go to the fish store, it really saddens me. And for them to be offered the price that they are being offered at, I'm not excited for it, but anyway, I just have to think about the fish and the well-being of their life, and just move them forward to their next life, to their next tank. And maybe the people in the future that do purchase them take good care of them, and especially they are good looking fish like this. And I didn't really want to film this part of my hobby. I didn't really want to showcase this part of my life. In a way, it's me helping out the local fish store as well. Even though I don't buy directly from the fish store, I don't go out there and buy their fish, or I don't go out there and buy things from them. In a way, it's me of supporting them as well too, because when they sell it, they obviously it's going to be for a higher price, and the profit for them is good. And I have to understand that they do this for a living as well, and it's my way of supporting my local fish store as well. It's in the best interest of both party. I supply them with fish, and in the future, if I see something, then they supply me with that too. So it goes hand in hand in this cycle here. I know I've said this in the past multiple times of how appreciative I am in you guys supporting me, reaching out to me, and buying my fish. By doing that, it allows me to keep the fish room running, buying fish food and buying water conditioner. If you guys don't support me, if you guys don't buy fish from me, these fish will just obviously go to the fish store. And yeah, I do get a little bit back, but not as much as the true support from you guys. It really motivates me to keep on going, to keep on trying breeding these good quality angelfish for you guys.